It has been a little transition moving to heavyweight. But I definitely needed to put on weight to be able to compete with Mike Tyson so he's not just throwing me around in the ring. So we've been sparring heavyweights, eating more food. Mike Tyson has called me fat, but I believe that the fat will turn into muscle. And yeah, come fight night, I believe I will be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight.
It has been a little transition moving to heavyweight, but I definitely needed to put on weight to be able to compete with Mike Tyson. So he's not just throwing me around in the ring, So we've been sparring heavyweights, eating more food, Mike Tyson has called me fat. But I believe the fat will turn into muscle. And yeah, come fight night, I believe I will be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight in a shocking new move. Jake Paul has reportedly threatened to cancel his upcoming fight with Mike Tyson. Meanwhile, Timothy Bradley, once a reigning world champion and now a boxing commentator, holds a distinct perspective on the altered regulations of the upcoming match. According to Bradley, the shift to shorter 2-minute rounds could play in Tyson's favor, granting him a strategic edge against Paul. Bradley said Mike Tyson, knock his out baby, it can happen 2 minutes, is going to favor Mike Tyson, banging him to the body, hitting him with power shots. Bradley confidently asserts Tyson's capacity to deliver a knockout blow, particularly with his renowned prowess in unleashing devastating body shots. He underscores the enduring power possessed by seasoned fighters, suggesting that Tyson's formidable punching ability remains intact. With conviction, Bradley predicts a swift conclusion to the bout courtesy of Tyson's formidable strength. He said Tyson has the potential to knock this man out. The power is the last thing to leave you. 2 minutes, that's all it takes to knock Disney Boy the hell out. Bradley appears adamant that Tyson would prevail, but his co-host Paulie Malaji expressed less confidence. Malinaje believes Tyson's age will play a major role, saying that he doesn't want to see the guy get hurt, and that Paul is more dangerous than everybody's giving him credit for. Recently, Jake Paul received counsel warning him about the challenge of preventing Mike Tyson from closing the gap in their upcoming boxing match. Tyson previously engaged in an exhibition bout against fellow boxing luminary Roy Jones Jr. for 4 years ago, which concluded without a scored outcome. After 8 rounds, Jones has since reflected on the event, offering insights into the encounter. Jones recently told Shane Mosley, if they fight a real fight and Mike is in shape, it's going to be really problematic for Jake if he's not in shape and Jake doesn't get caught with big shots early, then he will win. He dissected the fight's dynamics, asserting that Jake Paul would avoid close quarters combat with Mike Tyson and struggle to maintain distance given Tyson's ability to quickly close gaps. Reflecting on his own, and Eris Jones conceded that while he once believed he could effectively keep Tyson at bay, he later found it futile, acknowledging his own proficiency and evasive tactics. Compared to Jake's, he theorized that Jake might have bulked up to offset his perceived vulnerability in keeping Tyson at bay. Jones said Jake is not going to fight in close, and Jake can't stay away from him because Mike is going to close the gap real quick. I thought I could stay away from him, and I couldn't stay away from him. I know that I'm better at staying away from people than Jake is. That's why Jake put the weight on. Moreover, Jones mentioned that Jake Paul knew he wouldn't manage to maintain a safe distance from Mike Tyson during the bout. His theory was that Paul's plan revolved around bulking up to gain a physical edge, hoping it would help in pushing Tyson away. Jones suggested Tyson might be bulking up himself to counter this move, planning to clinch with Paul and force him backward upon closing the distance. He observed that Paul's fighting skills seemed less potent when retreating compared to advancing. Jones added, he knows he isn't going to be able to stay away from him. He is hoping that a bit of muscle will push him backward and keep him off him. Mike is getting big enough to try and tie him up when he gets close and push him back right away. Jake doesn't fight as well as going backward as he does coming forward. The Paul versus Tyson event promises a mix of high-stakes boxing matches with global significance and entertaining crossover bouts. A highlight of the evening includes former UFC standout Darren Till squaring off against ex-champion boxer Julio Cesar Chavez. Jake Paul has hinted that an impressive performance from the winner could earn them a spot at his next big event. After dropping hints about a possible match with the victor on social media, he elaborated on the requirements in a recent interview with the Schmo. Paul said that they had to make a statement, achieve a KO win the crowd over, and be so good that he saw their skill, was impressed by them, and wanted to make a big fight with them. Having man, they just got to make a statement of KO win the crowd over, and do so good that I see their skill better down better exactly, and I am impressed by them and want to make a big fight with them. Happen Till and Chavez have both shown interest in a match with Paul, but so far the fight hasn't been arranged. It appears the British fighter is prepared to go to great lengths to secure that headlining spot for their next bout. Speaking with the McClife, Till was asked if he would get in the ring after Paul versus Tyson, to which he replied, most probably with a pint. After the win with a pint, just jump in. And having it, I probably will do that. He further added, I'm going to hold Jake Paul to it. Now when I win, when I knock Chavez out, I'm going to get on the mic, or whatever, I'll watch Jake's fight, and I'll be right in there in the mix, because I'm going to hold him to that fight now, Kim fighting Tommy Fury, or anyone else, Aldis McGregor Canelo. I'm the same size as him, so let's see. Meanwhile, it appears that Jake Paul is making excuses to cancel his upcoming bout with Tyson following a fiery and intense press conference in Arlington. Paul found himself in a comparable predicament. The journey home proved to be memorable when the American boxer's plane encountered severe weather. The entertaining footage of the event sparked a wave of reactions from fans. The problem child joined the Arlington press conference festivities, where he and Mike Tyson put on a show of verbal sparring. Tyson criticized him for his lackluster record and concerns about his weight, while Paul boldly predicted a shocking upset akin to Buster Douglas's stunning victory over Tyson in 1990. However, his high spirits were abruptly dashed when his plane was struck by lightning. The 27-year-old posted the video of his private plane defying the whims of inclement weather to his Instagram account. The caption read, "The way home from the presser," was interesting. Furthermore, the video depicted Paul gripping the plane's sides and a seat for support. He was convinced that the turbulent weather was a result of a divine battle. He even invoked Zeus, the Greek god of lightning and thunder. "We woke up the gods of war, their lightning on the plane, brother Zeus. I love you, brother." The supporters would then swarm the comment area with thought-provoking observations. One fan wrote, "My guy trying to fake his death so he doesn't need to fight a fan." Compared the plan's lightning strike to the thunderous punches of the former heavyweight champion Tyson, known for wreaking havoc in the boxing ring and systematically dismantling his adversaries. They declared first hit from Mike Tyson. Similarly, someone interpreted the lightning to mean that Tyson wasn't worth fighting. He might be facing an equally uncertain and hazardous destiny in the ring. The fan responded, "Warning from Godman, don't fight Iron Mike." Another fan hinted at the impending bout between Paul and Tyson, and for him of the dire consequences. They cautioned Paul Mike Tyson, coming with just a couple of months left until Tyson squares off against Paul. The anticipation is mounting for both fighters to enter the ring in prime condition. The spotlight is on Tyson as fans wonder how he'll bolster his endurance and handle the mounting pressure. Meanwhile, Paul faces the daunting challenge of leveling the playing field against Tyson's superior skill and power. However, according to Jake Paul, he gained weight in order to keep Mike Tyson from outclassing him physically during their boxing match. Paul, a contender set to shave off 3 decades from his opponent's age, has been tirelessly sculpting his physique to ascend to heavyweight status, boasting a purported weight of approximately 230 lbs, a figure reminiscent of Anthony Joshua's previous bouts. This social media luminary has openly confessed his aversion to being overpowered in the ring especially considering his prior engagements in the cruiserweight division. Jake Paul told TMZ Sports that everything had been good, but there had been a little transition moving to heavyweight. He mentioned that he definitely needed to put on weight so that he was able to compete with Mike Tyson. And so that Tyson was not able to throw him around in the ring, everything's been good. But it has been a little transition moving to heavyweight. But I definitely needed to put on weight to be able to compete with Mike Tyson. So he's not just throwing me around in the ring. Paul added that he had been sparring heavyweights and eating more food. He mentioned that Mike Tyson had called him fat, but he believed that fat would turn into muscle. He expressed confidence that come fight night, he would be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight. However, Tyson has a less positive opinion of Paul, saying his opponent is fat. Tyson said, "I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. And he's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off, though. And he's fat." In response, Paul brought up Tyson's shocking 1990 loss to Buster Douglas. He said, "Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right? I know. But you know Buster Douglas, I'm